Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about this Leetcode problem, which is number of ways to paint n cross 3 grid. Okay. So what it is given that you have given a grid of size n cross 3, which means that number of columns will always be 3. Only we'll have been given the number of rows n. Okay. So what it says that you want to paint each cell of the grid with exactly one of the three colors, which is red, yellow, and green, while making sure that no two adjacent colors have the same color. Suppose it has three columns, then no adjacent colors would be same. Alternate can be same, but adjacent can't be same. Okay. Then what it says, given n number of the rows in the grid, written number of ways you can paint the grid. Okay, as the answer may grow large, answer must be computed as modulo of 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. Okay, so what it says, you are painting a n cross 3 grid using three color, which is red, yellow, and green, and no two adjacent cells have to be same, and the solution is to be a smart observation, and each row must be having a unique pattern. Okay, so how will we solve this? Let's see. So the key idea is each row has only two pattern types. Okay, for a single row of three cells, no two adjacent masses there are. Suppose n is given, so the output here is 12. So what it says that it has 12 valid colorings. Okay, so with the help of this example, we can see that first cell has three choices. Okay, now second cell must have two choices. Like this cell has three choices, red, yellow, and green. Okay, but this cell, if we put here suppose red, then this cell can't have red. It will have only two choices, which is yellow and green. Okay, and then third cell will again have two choices. First one will be this red, and second one would be, suppose we here fill yellow, then it would be green. So total number of choices here are 3 cross 2 cross 2, which makes it 12. Okay, so using this simple approach we can find that how many different color combinations we can make. Okay, so suppose we use exactly two colors, suppose A, B, A. So there are such six rows are there. Okay, two colors, and two colors, two colors, two colors, and two colors. So such rows are six. Okay, which have two colors. Now rest have type B is three colors like A, B, and C, which is three distinct colors. There are three such rows. Okay, so how rows stack and valid transition between the pattern types? Suppose when you add a row beneath the previous one, suppose n is 2, then column was always 3. It is n cross 3 now. Here in example n is given already 1. But suppose n was 2. Then we had one row, two row. But column would always be 3. Okay. So in that, how we'll see, we'll have to do a mathematical problem which is vertical adjacency and the horizontal adjacency, which says each cell in the new row must be different from the above one. Okay, suppose it is red, then it must be yellow or green, which is different from the red one. Okay, then we have to take care of the two cells. Okay, and in similar way in horizontal also, here if we have to, suppose here we have to select color, then here if we put red, then here if we put red, then we have to take care of these three adjacent. Okay, these they must not be red. Okay, they can't be filled with red because no two adjacent cells would have same color. Okay, that's what it says. So here why we each coefficient makes sense. Suppose a1 is equals to 2 into a1 minus 1 plus 2 into bi of minus 1. Okay. And bi what is equals to 2 into ai of minus 1 into 3 of bi minus 1. Okay. That's what we have seen here. Okay. So based on this value, base row would be having I equal to 1, then ai would be r6 and bi would be 6. So total ways after n rows would be an plus bn. And of course we have to keep that this number may be very large, so we have to include mod 10 raised to power 9 plus 7. Okay, so let's write now code for it. Okay, so mm, let's write it. Okay, so first we'll take a constant value to include our 10 mm, 10 raised to power 9 plus 1. Okay, where our number of ways, so will contain a vector which is of long end, because it can be a very large number. It will contain a of n comma 6 comma b of n comma 6. Okay, then int of total would be equal to 0 for in I equal to 1, I less than n, I plus plus. Okay, a of I would be r 2 into a of I minus 1 plus 2 of b of I minus 1 mod. This is our mod, okay, which we have taken. Okay, then what our b of I would be? B of I, this, oh, I forgot to write mod here. Okay, this would be mod, and here it would be 2 into a of I minus 1 into uh, not into plus 2 into b, 3 into b of I minus 1. Then again we'll do the mod. Okay, for making sure that it comes in our range of long end. Okay, and then we'll finally return our a of n minus 1 plus b of n minus 1 mod, and it will return our total number of ways to color the. So what we have done here, we have initialize a and b are the array of length n, each initialized to 6. This set a of 0 to 6 and b of 0 to 6, which represents a1 and b1 for the first row. Then we have a loop which goes from I, which is 0 index, so I equal to 1 is row 2. So we apply the recurrence, update a type a, which is a of I would be 2 into a of I minus 1 into 2 of b I minus 1, and we have done modulo to keep the numbers within the bounds. Then we have done b of I, which is 2 into a of I minus 1 into 3 of b minus 1, and we have returned the sum of the counts for the final row, which is a of n minus 1 plus b of n minus 1 modulo 10 on our mod to keep it within the range. Okay, so what would be that complexity? It complexity would be O of n, and space complexity would also be O of n. And that's it. If you have any doubts, put it in the comment section, and I'll put this code in the description so you can see from the description what this say. And don't forget your craze to the DSA. Keep following, keep learning, and keep growing. Thank you. Bye bye.